In this video, we're going to look at the assignment for Module 5. This is the starter version, so we'll see how to get going with it. Now, in Assignment 5, you're going to be creating an application that manages a to-do list. This is a complex application because it combines a lot of the things you've been working with. It combines working with files, writing to files, reading from files, using lists, and using dictionaries. Also, you might want to go ahead and put in some structured array handling if you want. Not mandatory this time. But working with rows of data and making those rows into a table. All those things kind of are going to be used here. So I'll let you read the instructions, but to help with that, let me show you an example of a working version of this. Now, yours doesn't have to be exactly like mine, but here's kind of what I'm thinking. We have a to-do file that's got some text in it, like clean house, that's a low priority, pay the bills, high priority. Nothing real fancy. I want to, when the script starts up, I want to be able to read the text out of this file and load it into a dictionary, which I then load into a list. So I have a dictionary which represents a row of data and a list that represents my table of data. And then I'll just let people work with that list. So an example would be, I've displayed what's in there currently: clean house, low priority, pay bills, high priority. I've made a little menu for the user to work with. If they'd like to add a new item, I'll type in 1 and say, okay, what's the task? How about do dishes? And what is the priority? Oh, it's low. So now you can see, can I make this a little bigger here? Sorry about this. Let me see if that's easier to read. Oh, heck yeah, it's a lot easier to read. Okay, so you can see now that I've got clean house, low priority, do dishes, low priority, and pay bills, high priority. Let's say I want to remove an item. I can use the features for looking through a dictionary based on a particular value here. I'm going to say I'm going to remove do dishes. And now you can see it's removed. Be aware that searches are case sensitive unless you plan to lower it, so you want to watch for that. And finally, I want to be able to save it and exit it. Actually, let me put a value back. What's the task? A. What's priority? Low. Okay, A is in there, and next thing I want to do is I want to write to the file and close it. So now I've got my new value in there. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. I think the instructions say that. I've tried to make it as clear as possible. It's a complex task, so hopefully it makes some kind of sense. And of course, along the way, just make a little document about what you were trying to accomplish. Submit your work, and also I'd like to have you post your document. So go to the discussion forum and add your Word doc to the discussion forum so that we can have somebody do a peer review on it later. So after the assignment's done, I'll have Canvas assign you a peer review person, and just like before, give me one thing that you liked about the paper and one thing that could make the paper better. Now, this is just so that the person gets some interaction about what's going on. You don't have to be an expert critic of anybody's work, whether good or bad. Just kind of point out some things. You've been learning how other people do things as you've gone through the course. Learning by seeing how I do it, how people do it on various web pages, different blogs that are out there, and different videos. So just kind of keep that in mind. The idea is to get exposure to lots of different ways of doing things. That's the goal. After that, you're done. So hopefully you'll find this an interesting task. I'll let you get to it. Talk to you later.